All right, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Wow. All right. Well, let's just take our lumpings here and get it out of the way. Another fun day yesterday. So, KC first five. No. Lugo's worst start of the year. So that was cool. Minnesota just hitting the crap out of the baseball. Padres raced to four. Had bases loaded in the first, scored a run, didn't score anymore. Just continuously had runners in scoring position, could not get them in. Final score 3-0. St. Louis, Cincinnati under 9, swept free. Diamondbacks run line. What the hell, man? Same thing. Runners in scoring position, couldn't score. Ended up winning by 1 again. Tigers first five. That was the easiest bet I've probably ever made in my life. They were up by like 10 after five. Philly team total over 4.5. We would have lost even if we would have went team total over 0.5. So they got goose egged and shit on by the Marlins. I don't know how the Marlins only have 46 wins because I've been a part of every single one of their wins. So that's cool. All right, parlays, poop. Pooper duper. The Mets got absolutely smoked by the Athletics. That one really sucked. I thought that one was going to hit. Let's see, the Arizona San Diego would have hit, but Philly ended up losing. So GG to all of those. Yeah, overall we went 9-6. It's just the Phillies and the Royals just absolutely crushing. Giants ended up losing in extra innings. They lost in the 10th. Obviously, we know the Mets lost. Brewers took a flyer there. They got smoked by the Dodgers. So it is what it is there. 0-2 on Nerfies, 3-3 on props. Went 2-2 on the other leans I was looking at. Yeah. Anyway, take a look at the tracker. August is striking back. So we had 4 winning days, and then all of a sudden, bam, August took skin off the game for us. So we got to get it back today. Weird card today. Going to be an interesting day. All right, Royals at the Twins. Ragans versus Varlin. This was originally supposed to be Bailey Ober. So I'm a little hesitant to do anything with this until the official lineups actually come out and we know Ober's not pitching. If Ober's pitching, I am Twins all day and we'll see this line shoot very much in the Twins' favor. So a little nervous about doing anything with that right now. But if it is Ragans versus Varlin, I gotta go. I gotta go KC. It sounds stupid, but Ragans has been really good. And if we look at the Twins, they just haven't hit left-handed starters. They've only scored 9 runs against the last 6 left-handed starters, and the last 6 are 4-1. So they've got a really good track record. Ragans is a very good day pitcher, much better in the day than he is in the evening. So everything here screams KC. We just have to hope that Twins don't just pop off. I mean, the pitch splits look bad, so there is definitely a path to take the Twins. I just don't trust Louis Varlin. Royals should score a lot of runs against this guy, but yeah, I mean, kind of flip a coin, I guess, whichever way you want to go. I'm more first five. I'm not going to bet full game. I don't trust the KC bullpen. That said, Twins bullpen hasn't been great either. So weird game. Rockies and the Diamondbacks. Another game I don't like. Tanner Gordon against Jordan Montgomery. Jordan Montgomery is just so bad at home. He's got an 8.14 home ERA. We've seen the Rockies in the first 2 games just come out firing early, and then the Diamondbacks have to play catch up and try to win it in the later innings. So I wouldn't be shocked to see this trend continue. I would be cool playing like a Rockies first 5 or even the money line. I really went back and forth on this. I just feel like Tanner Gordon, there's got to be some regression coming. I know the expected ERA says no. Just gut feeling here, but there is a ton of value taking the Rockies here today. So I could see this go both ways, to be honest. I'm just trusting Montgomery doesn't have a absolute shit day. If we look at the books thinks he's going to have a good day. You could see his earned run line at 2.5, 3.5. 3.5 is heavily favored to go under. His hits allowed is favored to go under. Ks are favored to go over. And it's kind of the inverse with Gordon. He's favored to give more than 2.5 earned runs, favored to go over in hits, favored to go under in Ks. So the books really think that D-backs pull this out. All right, Padres at the Pirates. Really haven't seen the offensive output from the Pirates or the Padres. So the Padres, they're just so streaky with their bats. That said, King pitched a hell of a game last night. Really good bounce back after the game he had against them in Pittsburgh, where they got to him early. Mitch Keller going up against Martin Perez. Ugh, I mean, Keller away is not the same as Keller at home. He got shelled by the Dodgers in his last start. 4 innings, 7 hits, 7 earned runs. Martin Perez, a former Pirate, pitching against his old team. It's been pretty good since he came over to San Diego. He's got a 2.0 ERA. It's only 2 starts, so don't want to look into that too much. Yeah, we just haven't seen the Pirates hit. I mean, they got a 9-game losing streak. Padres are 9-1 in their last 10. If the Pirates were playing halfway decent baseball right now, I'd be all over them in this situation at plus 120. With the Padres bats just seemingly gone really, really quiet. But I can't back them in this situation just because I haven't seen them do anything. So Padres there. Red Sox Rangers. We were on the Red Sox last night. They had a really good 8th inning to kind of put the game out of reach. Tanner Houck going up against Dane Dunning, I think. Basically, it's going to be a Rangers bullpen day, so not sure if it'll be Dane Dunning. He's projected, but could be someone else. Either way, I'm just not worried about this bullpen. Houck got a 2.96 home ERA. He's 4-5 on the year. He did face Texas in Texas. Wasn't a good outing, but same thing with Cutter Crawford. Crawford had a terrible outing and then pitched amazing against Texas. Texas bats are just ice cold. So I got to back Boston in this situation. I don't necessarily love how they've been hitting, but they are hitting way better than the Rangers. So give me Red Sox there. I think they sweep them. All right, Nats at the Orioles. DJ Hurst against Dean Kramer. Trevor Rogers, by the way, I mean, that may have been the worst pickup all season. That guy is so bad. Jesus Christ. He is terrible. I can't trust Dean Kramer at home. This guy is a home run giving machine at home. We've got a very light breeze blowing in. I can't trust him. I got to go Nationals here. The Orioles bats have been ice cold, and I just cannot, under no circumstances, trust Kramer, who's given up 20 earned runs in his last 6 starts. Hurts is kind of going in a better direction. I think, the Orioles are definitely, they don't have as much pop in their bats when the switch hitters have to bat from the right-hand side. So give me the Nats here at plus 154. Just too much value. And I don't trust the Baltimore bullpen. So I don't trust Kramer. Baltimore bullpen's been absolutely horrendous. So pretty easy spot there to take Washington at plus money. All right, Cubs at the Guardians. We were on the Guardians yesterday. They squeaked out a 2-1 victory. It was looking like they were going to blow it, but they didn't. Alex Cobb making his 2nd start of the year, going up against Jamison Tyone, however you say his name. Either way, he's not been good away. He's given up 16 earned runs in his last 4 away starts. Cobb, his first start back wasn't great. Gave up 9 hits, 4 earned runs, but it was against the Twins. So I'm going to give him a pass. The Twins are absolutely raking against righties right now. So I like the Guardians to seal the deal here. I think Cobb pitches much better today. 2nd start back, so I'm not going to read too much into that first start. Pitch splits aren't great for Cleveland, but they're just kind of streaking right now. They've won 4 straight. They're at home. I mean, one of the best home records in baseball. I trust them to get the job done against the Cubs today. All right, Reds at the Cards. We were on the Reds yesterday, and man, that was pretty good. We were also on the under, so it was nice that we got both. Kyle Gibson going up against Carson Spears. I'm not a Gibson fan. This guy's 36 years old. He's just not great. His ERA has been much better than it should have been all year. So I think the Reds seal the deal. They're really trying to make a run here. Who knows? Maybe get a wild card spot. I don't know, but getting closer to that 500 mark. Got to start there. Yeah, I like the way the bats are rolling. We really haven't seen much offense from St. Louis. So I guess a couple ways you could look at that. You could say they're due, or they're just going to continue that trend. Both Gibson and Spears have had success pitching, against the Cardinals and the Reds respectively. Pretty impressed by Spears. He hasn't really got shelled too often, so I think they get the job done today. I can't wait to see. I think Ellie has a pretty good day against Gibson. Yeah, I think there's some good left-handed bats in that Reds lineup that could have a really nice day. And again, right-handed pitchers that throw a lot of fastballs. The Reds just have success against them. All right, Mariners at the Tigers. We were on the Tigers yesterday. Beautiful spot. I wish I would have just bet the house on the Tigers because that would have been awesome. Um, Brian Wu going up against Bo Brisky, a very, very massive pitching advantage for the Mariners. Wu did just face Detroit in Seattle. He went 6.2 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 7 K. It's actually a lot of earned runs for him. Detroit had a lot of clutch hits with runners in scoring position that game. So that's one, and that is all in one inning. So I think they had like back-to-back hits or something like that with the runners in scoring position. So, um, that was pretty clutch of them. I don't think they do that today. It's a Tigers bullpen game. That said, Tigers bullpen games have been very effective lately. The last 3 games they've done that. They have had a lot of success. That said, it was against pretty shitty offensive teams. I think the Mariners turned it around today. Like I said, there is what is it? It's like 60-some% chance of winning when you get blown out. So I think Wu has a very good day, and the Mariners offense shows up to some degree. I don't think it has to be a ton today, but I think they show up. So I really like that spot. All right, Marlins at the Phillies. What the hell? Phillies offense is just DOA. Like put out a bulletin because you can't find it. Edward Cabrera, his last 2 starts have been ridiculously good. He pitched very good in Atlanta. He pitched very good at home against the Padres. So he hasn't given up an earned run in the last 2 games. Cabrera, the thing for him is just walks. He's had 16 walks in the last 5 starts. It's always his bugaboo. That said, we just saw the White Sox guy, Kai Bush, give up 7 walks in 4 innings and didn't give up an earned run or 1 or something like that. So he's done pretty good mitigating those walks and getting out of jams. Tyler Phillips in the last 2 starts have not been good. He got absolutely shelled by the Dodgers and the Mariners. So he's given up 12 earned runs in his last 2 starts. I will say both of those were away. His home starts have been really, really good. But will the Phillies hit? That's the only question. I feel like the Marlins are just absolutely smacking the baseball around. The pitch splits on Cabrera, pretty good. Phillips does really good against lefties. Marlins have 4 lefties. But yeah, I think just there's a lot of really good hitters in that Marlins lineup right now for some reason. So kind of hard to fade them. The hard hit percentage from Cabrera does scare me, but man, I just can't take the Phillies at minus 185 right now. Just it's not there. All right, Astros Rays. I still am blown away by why the books keep giving us such good odds on the Astros. So you got Blanco going up to Littell. Littell is really good at home. Don't get me wrong. Guy is a stud at home. He did pitch against Houston on 8-3. Pretty good outing. Blanco had a good outing. I think the Rays ended up winning that game 6-1 actually, but the starters were really good. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to take the Astros. Blanco's got a 1.8 average, so everything's good there. Littell, I don't know how he keeps pitching so well at home, but Astros are rolling, so I don't see a path here to take Tampa Bay. They're just not hitting. They're not hitting with runners in scoring position. Yeah, all signs here point to the Astros, so absolutely love that at minus 122. All right, A's at the Mets. Joey Estes going up against David Peterson. I like the A's again, man. That we're seeing. I think that's one thing. When the A's bats start rolling, they typically go for a little bit. So I like them to keep going. They've been hitting lefties really well over the past week. And then we saw their previous streak. They were just raking lefties. So I like the spot they're in. Bullpen's pretty good. Estes has been pretty good. I mean, he's got a 7.47 away ERA. That's a little skewed. He has pitched really well his last 5 starts. He's only given up 8 earned runs. 3 of those were at home, 2 were away. So we have seen some recent away success from him. And A's are absolutely raking off of lefties. So they've had 21 runs against the last 4 left-handed starters. 3 of those were away games. So they are hitting left-handed starters away quite well. If we look at the pitch splits, Peterson is noticeably weaker against right-handed hitters. Oakland's going to be rocking 8 of them today. So we're going to see a very heavily skewed right-handed lineup. Mets, Estes is weaker against the right side. Mets are going to have 5. I mean, Alonso, Martinez, these guys are just ice cold. So I'm not overly worried about that. Lindor from the right-hand side, not nearly as scary as he is from the left. So everything here kind of points to the A's, but who knows? Peterson, he's just not a good pitcher. We look at his ERA, it's 3.34. His expected ERA is 5.42. Guy's been living on the edge for like a month, so he is due to get absolutely rocked. Hopefully it's today. All right, Yankees, White Sox. Another game where it's like, this is kind of ridiculous. The Yankees at minus 258. Oh, Will Warren has not been good. This guy, not good. Against the Angels, he got shelled. 8 hits, 8 earned runs. So far, his big league career has been less than 10 innings. He's given up 12 earned runs. So I don't love this spot. This could be an upset. That said, Davis Martin's been pretty good. He's got a 3.38 home ERA. Got 3 games under his belt. There's really only one bad game. He had 2 really good games. So, I mean, I put Yankees on here just because offensively against righties, they are really, really good. And this guy, Davis Martin's given up a 3.04 average to righties. So, there's a path there. But Will Warren's given up a 3.60 average to righties. So the value is definitely on the White Sox. I don't trust this pitcher enough to take the run line, but ultimately I think the Yankees squeak it out just because the White Sox bullpen is just so bad. I mean, this is a horrendous bullpen. So if they had a better bullpen, I'd probably take the flyer on the White Sox. All right, Dodgers, Brewers. It's Frankie Montas day, man. This is the easiest bet you could make all day, in my opinion. Frankie Montas is really bad. He's really bad against the Dodgers. He's got an 11.57 ERA in 3 games against the Dodgers, given up 3 earned runs or more in his last 5 starts. Like, he is horrendous. That said, Walker Buehler, not great, making his first start back. He's been out with an injury since June 18th. But he's got a 9.0 away ERA. He's given up 21 earned runs in his last 5 starts before he got hurt. So we'll have to see what he looks like. His last start back from injury was actually pretty decent. So maybe we get the same today. Brewers bats have been really ice cold this series. So you could go either way. I mean, I really like the over 9. You got 2 pitchers that should give up runs. If I trusted the Brewers bats just a little bit more, I would be inclined to take that over. I mean, pitch splits aren't good for either, so there should be runs today for sure. So that over 9 might alt line that to 8. I feel really good about 8, so that might be an alt line I'll take. All right, Angels at the Blue Jays. I had Blue Jays first 5 last night. That was really sweat free. I think it was 5-0 after 5. That said, Gausman pitched a great game, but the Angels had runners in scoring position damn near every inning. He got out of a bases loaded jam in the first, got out of a couple first and seconds. So we did see the Angels hit. Tyler Anderson going up against Jose Barrios. Barrios hasn't had the greatest track record against the Angels, a little over a 6 ERA. He's got a 5 away ERA. Anderson is worse at home than he is away. Barrios' last 4 away starts, he's given up 19 earned runs. So teams have been able to get to him, as have teams been able to get to Anderson, who's given up 3 earned runs or more in his last 5 home starts. So what this equates to is a lot of runs. So I really like the over 8.5 in this game. Anderson's pitch splits, not great. He really stinks against lefties, but Blue Jays are only bringing 2 lefties today. Does pretty good against righties. If we look at Barrios, he is also weak against lefties, but the Angels only have 3 lefties. So pick your poison here. I'm just going to reverse course. I've been on the Blue Jays the first 2 games, so we're going to switch it. I don't think the Angels get swept here, so I'm going to go Angels in this spot. But that's a tight one right there. Like I said, I really like the over, though. All right, Giants at the Braves. I was on the Giants last night, ended up losing in extras. They just couldn't get to old Grandpa Charlie. They get runners in scoring position, couldn't get them in. And Atlanta hit 2 solo shots early in the game off Kyle Harrison. Yeah, kind of stinks. This is a tough one today. Robbie Ray going up against Grant Holmes. Robbie Ray's looked pretty good. Aside from one start, which was at home, he's been very solid this year. Grant Holmes has been really good. He's a reliever in the spot starter role. Aside from his last start at Colorado, he's had really, really good success. So he did get rocked a little bit in Colorado. I don't read too much into Colorado. I like a really low scoring game. I think that under 7.5 is in play, but the wind's blowing out pretty nicely. I'm gonna lean. I'm wafting on this, man. It's about as light of a lean as possible on the Giants. Just saying they're not gonna get swept. That's it. But no, I'm not touching this game whatsoever. It's too it's too much of a coin flip. All right, let's talk about best bets. We're going to go Washington, Baltimore over 9. I think if Baltimore does have a good day, which the books say they are going to have a good day, this will hit easily because there's just no chance that either Kramer or the Orioles bullpen don't get hit. So this is probably, yeah, definitely my favorite bet of the day. All right, Dodgers team total over 4.5. I love this one too. Montas is ridiculously hittable. Like I said, 3 earned runs or more in his last 5 starts. I don't think the Dodgers offense will break that streak. So if they get 3 or 4 off of him, we only need him to get 1 to 2 more the rest of the game. So probably the last 4 innings. Oakland and New York over 8. Again, I like the matchup. I think Peterson gets hit hard. Oakland just has a good track record hitting left-handed starters recently. And I don't think Joey Estes makes it out unscathed, right? I see him giving up. Books are basically saying he's going to give up 2 to 3. So if we get that, I think we'll be fine. Dodgers money line again, just to play on Mr. Montas. I just don't like him. Toronto Angels over 8.5. Again, I just love it. There should be runs in abundance there. And then give me the Reds money line at -105. So I like them to finish the sweep here. Parlays bumped it down a little bit. We're gonna do twos. I just been having too many where the third leg's not hitting. So we're gonna bump it down today. Let's try to get some units back. We're gonna do the Dodgers and the Mariners at +196. We're gonna do the Astros and the Red Sox at +194. And then we're going to do Cleveland and Kansas City first 5, but only if Varland pitches. So I won't put this in until probably 12:30, since this is the first game on the card today, the KC game. Fun parlay, we're just combining those teams. We're doing the Dodgers, the Mariners, the Astros, and the Red Sox at +773. And then our upset parlay today, which could definitely see this hitting for sure, is going to be the Reds, the Nationals, and the Athletics at +1,159. So I like that a lot. Like I said, tough slate, man. This is really weird. It feels like an upset day. So if you know guys that are, like to put out those upset plays, today might be the day that they find a lot of success. Prop leans I like. Montgomery under 4.5 Ks at plus money. I think that's just good value there if the Rockies do get to him early, which most teams have at home. And then I like Peterson to give up more than 4.5 hits at +120. This just feels way off. A's have just been raking against lefties, so I like that there. Montas over 2.5 earned runs. I mean, that might be the freest bet of the day. Xavier Edwards over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. This guy's like ridiculously good. Ellie over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's due. Didn't hit it yesterday. I like Nemo under. And then Mayo under. They keep putting this guy's line at 1.5, and this rookie is he's not hitting. I don't think he's going to be in the majors much longer, but they keep giving that line. I'll take it all day long. I put out 4 Nerfies. The ones I love, I'm a little shocked this is so low, right? This tells me that they expect Seattle to score in the first because Wu hasn't given up a first inning run. And then I like this one a lot. Two really good pitchers, both with really high strikeout rates. Both teams are K'ing at a ridiculously high rate, so if you were to look at 2, I would say that one. And then a third one, I would go here. So, but I really like these 2 actually. Let's see. And then some other leans I was looking at. Colorado, Arizona over 9. Like I said, the books say Gordon should have a day in terms of a bad day. So that over 9 is definitely in play. Diamondbacks offense has been a little anemic lately, during this series anyway. Let's see. And then Kansas City first five. I like all these first fives. I think I'll probably end up playing them all, to be honest, in some form or fashion. I think Casey should get 2 runs off this reliever bullpen game. Oakland should get 2 runs off Peterson. Washington, that's my favorite one. They'll probably get that in the first inning. I mean, Kramer is bad. He is 100% going to give up at least 1 home run today. So I really like that. And then Cubbies, yeah, I mean, if you think they get the Cobb, there's some value there. So anywho, if you made it this far, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's have a bounce back day. Pretty rough go of it here. So I feel good about the picks today. So we're gonna bounce back. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.